Good morning. Welcome to Sunday Morning Coffee. I think it's number 154 today. Seems a bit dark, but it's a bit dark. It's very rainy out there. Oh, I can see the chat now. Hooray. Let's have a look. It wasn't showing it there. We've got Evil Gingers, Paul's an all-nighter. Everyone's raining. Thunders. Morning. Yes, it's quite loud. I don't know if you can hear it's quite loud pitter-pattering out there, which is quite nice because I'm having a cozy day at home. So yay. All good. I haven't got notes today. Hey, so it's a good ramble special, but I've got quite a lot in the old show and tell pile. So there's that. Yeah, I've got loads to show you. I'll probably forget loads of bits. I'll probably go, sorry in advance, the light's going to be a bit weird because I didn't realise quite how dark it was. I don't think I have any other lights that I can add into the mix, so it is going to do a bit of the dark lights with its auto adjust. So sorry about that. Updates. So I will start with the boring. I managed to do some days of work yesterday, so all the orders are out. So nobody's waiting on orders, other than obviously if you placed them yesterday. Which is something I'm always quite proud of. So even if I'm mega behind, once I get in, I can just sort of plow them all out. So they got slowly plowed out because I kept feeling bad. So I was like, oh, hello, Karen. I was doing a little bit and then a little bit, a little bit. But yeah, they've all gone out. I don't know how much I'm going to be in work next week because I am at the hospital tomorrow and Wednesday. So it's possibly unlikely that there's going to be an Annie around next week, but I have no idea because it depends how things go and all that. I'm possibly going to bring the laptop or just use this. I keep forgetting that this tablet's in a whole other computer as well. So I might do some emails from home because that's the thing I suck at. I get very behind on emails, so very sorry anyone who's waiting for them. But yeah, I might, because I'm so bored of just being in bed. So if I'm in some sort of poorly mode next week, if I can at least do some computer work, then I'll be less bored. Got here, I do need a stunt Annie. So we've got lots to talk about. I don't know where to start. So yes, thank you for the wishes. We'll be having some stuff next week. So maybe that will help. We'll go here. All these people. Thank you for the hair comments. For the high plats today. It's getting long. It's getting long. I need to do a new Raging Annie. Hello, Pandemonium. Woo! Ask the hospital if they can clone you. Yeah, this is true. We all need no, everyone needs an Annie. No way. That'd be dangerous. I don't have coffee today because I've run out of milk and I've run out of coffee. And it included going into my subconscious and having a dream where I woke up from the dream, and in the dream I was going, because I had 3 tins of coffee. It turned out they were all empty. And I have nobody to blame but myself. I'd obviously put each one back, and that's the consequences of my own actions. There's no coffee, there's no milk. So we have a nice orange juice this morning. Kindly donated by Mr. Andy 2D6, who is off playing Kings of War? No, I think he's playing Age of Sigmar in Manchester somewhere. So I'm allowed the remnants of his fridge contents. So I've been blessed with the orange juice. Blessed. So what shall I start showing you? One, I haven't had a chance to look at this. This arrived yesterday. Woo! And that's got some wicked people in it. Oh yeah, it's got to be in a quaffing goblet, of course. Oh dang. They've got some. Just open. He's going to watch me read this. There's some wicked book recommendations in there. I thought I had them all. Nice. Oh. Oh. Oh, I'll be damned. So there's lots of cool stories in that. It's a Medieval World magazine, but it's a medieval woman special, which is the latest. So I think you can still get it. But yeah, it looks like it's got some cool stuff in it. So that came. That's ace. Hey, Snurg is here as well. Woo. An Annie Bad Squiddo convention would be cool. One day I'd like to do it. When I'm confident that more than 2 people would turn up. It'd just be me with a little flag. I did some hobby. Last night, and it was the first. So I know some people don't like the term hobby, but I don't know how else to say it because it's that whole painting, assembling, building. It's not model making, is it? I did a bit of hobby last night and then realised that the previous time I had done such a thing was about March, when I was painting that big house. So I've been trying to ease myself in gently, and I keep looking at stuff to do and I'm not doing it. And then I managed to trick myself that it was for work purposes. So last night I sat and I watched all of House of the Dragon. Yeah. I think I said in a few episodes ago, I was getting overwhelmed with all the new shows, so I was refusing to watch any of it. And I watched a bit of Lord of the Rings, and it was okay, but I wasn't really getting into it, I think. Partly because I fell asleep during one of them, and then it ruins it for me trying to watch something again. But Mum was here, and I thought I'll give it a go and binge the entire lot. So I was watching that, and ta-da! Oh, this guy! Look at this! So it was a good cheat for me getting back into building things because all I had to paint was the rock. I took a bunch of pictures along the way, so I'll be posting those up because I thought I could get away with doing it separately, but there's a point sort of quite early on where you have to paint the rock. I was like, damn it, foiled. I was trying to get away with painting. So that is a finely painted rock in there, and then a ghost dragon, and it's hard plastic as well. And it came, bum, bum, came on a plastic sprue. Look at that. So I'm really chuffed with that. The reason I tricked myself that it was for work purposes is because, so I'm just looking at it. It's really nice. The reason I tricked myself that it was for work purposes is because we have them in stock. Oh, we have one less now because it's mine. I showed Mum. She said, "Where'd you get that from?" I went, me. Look at that! It's so cool. I know. I don't know why I need one, but I've got a generic 28 mil undead army. So if I can use an excuse to just add to it, and then my idea is at some point a rule set will come out, and I'll go, "Ha! I have all the components needed." It's very Annie-proof. If you've ever seen any of my assembly videos, I was going to do one, and I thought, no one else needs that torture. I kind of suck at assembly because I'm really impatient. So instead of the bits where you have to hold it, wait for it to dry, come back to it later, I'm just sort of juggling all these bits mushed together. So there was a little bit of that happening. And yeah, it still looks really good, even with me going, there's a couple of errors in the instructions as well near the end. I think the image is mirrored or something. Because I was going, eh. So if you get to a point when you're assembling and you go, that's not right, it's probably not right. Jez done some level work on the new Willow series. Oh, that'd be good. Gourd. That'd be gourd. Sweet, I like Willow. What's that? What hell what hell place is that streaming at? There's so many streaming sites now. I'm just like, oh, this is I don't have that. I don't have that. I love it. I was just looking at it. It's so cool. I was a bit tempted. I don't know if it's worth trying to ink bits of it or do a dry brush just to, like maybe on the face. It's got a weird face, like a human-y face. It reminds me a bit of The Abyss. It's got that freaky face. So I don't know whether to try and bring out some details or if I'd just wreck it. But for now. Last night I just went, I want to have a complete thing and an achievement at the end, because I pretty much have to do stuff in one sitting or it doesn't happen. So I've got things that are 80% done all over the place. So it has to be finished. So yeah, I built that and we have them in the shop. You too could own this. And of course you can just paint them up standard. It's got lovely detail on it. I've got the box. Whoop. Oh, you can see its weird face. It's weird face. So yeah, you don't have to just do it clear. So that's the painted one, look. And oh, is that paint or I'm not sure if that was wash in the picture there. Yeah, there it is. Does that have size on it? Yeah, so a lot of people ask about size of the dragons, and I realise it's not in the standard text that I sort of copy paste off the manufacturer, but it's always on the box. So it's 152mm tall and 27 pounds. So that leads into the first bit of news. I had a big restock. So again, restock of all the plastic boxes. And so obviously restock Grip and Beast, Fireforge, Frostgrave, Stargrave, Archon, which has now got its own shelf because they're going wild. There's loads of it. Started with the dragon. And then it went crazy. Oh, look at his face. Don't want that coming up during the night. Yeah, so Daniel says you can get away maybe a little wash in the recess of the face. I'm tempted. Kind of want to put like purple in it or something. I guess I could always hose it down immediately if it doesn't work. So we stocked loads of different people's plastic box sets. So they've been restocked and renewed. So Ghost Dragon is out. So I've got a chunk of them. Townsfolk, please. I pre-ordered way too many. Because I thought they were getting lots of traction online, so I pre-ordered loads of them, thinking, yeah, I'll clean up with these. And I think everyone had already pre-ordered them from somewhere else, and everyone's like, we've got it now. I'm like, oh, I've got my stack. So I might do pre-orders for the next set of Archon stuff because it's up for pre-order at a bunch of other places. So I don't like taking pre-orders, but I might actually. Then I might sell more and not have to have a stack that I'm going to have for ages. Just yes, I do have the townsfolk. I've plenty. Buy them, please. You get, was it 60 something for £49, which is pretty good, and they all have bases as well. So yeah, all buy stuff. So from Archon, it's Ghost Dragon and the townsfolk. So townsfolk is like plastic townsfolk. It does have a lot of city guard in it. That was one of the criticisms / complaints. But if that's what you want, then that's fine. But they're also doing and I'm not very good at selling. Yeah, the townsfolk bases. The sprue is like, it was even like the sprueing on the Archon stuff's really impressive. I obviously look at this stuff all the time. It's in the GW realms. Rather than, I don't want to name a name, rather than the everyone else realms, which is I'll probably, when I do plastic, will be in the everyone else realms. But whatever they're doing is really impressive. It's not just the standard sort of stuff. What we got? Seneca account. I was tempted, but they only show a few of the figures in the box. If you go on my website, in the alternative pictures, you get a picture of everything that you get. I think they show you the sprues, they show you the sorry, I'm distracted. They show you the sprues, they show you the renders. But yeah, so like the back of the box always has really good information. I don't think it shows the back of the box. So I'll, if I remember, take a photo of it to put that up as well. Because on the back, obviously not this box, it's got the full-on breakdown of what you get. So yeah, there are a lot of City Guard. They're also releasing a NPC box as well. That's on one of the next coming. So coming next month. Oh, Goobertown has a behind-the-scenes video at Archon showing their plastic manufacturing setup. Oh, I might have a look at that. Because yeah, they've obviously got they've got a lot. I'm very jealous of them. they've got a lot of money behind them to be able to afford all of this. And yeah, not in a bad way, in like I wish I had that money because I'd love to be able to do this stuff. It's so cool. All those plastic dragons, the stuff they're coming out with that's just really handy. One of the other packs coming up is a bunch of ghosts, and again, it's in this like see-through-y stuff, so that's really cool. So yeah, I've got those new things from Archon and a restock. And for new from North Star, I've got Mercenaries 2, which is the Lady Mercenary kit. So there's now 2 Stargrave Mercenary sets that are ladies. No, 2 Stargrave sets that are ladies, which is amazing. So that's sci-fi boxes that are not just combat people either. So I would recommend. As always, if you're bored or you're like, oh, I've got this money, what do I do with it? You can just go onto the what's new bit, and occasionally I've snuck something on because I've chucked it on the website before I've ran off somewhere. So that's the bit where you'll see if anything's been added in, or sort of like I've put a few bits in, but it's not ready for the full sort of spamming around the internet yet. What I did on Friday was release a bunch of stuff, and then I had to zoom home, so I pretty much went Facebook, Twitter, and I'm gone. So anyone who didn't see those at that time, it's kind of already sunk. So I need to add a bunch of promo around, which I might do if I'm stuck at home recovering next week. Gary says Dead Man's Hand has Lady Gunfighters. They do, which we also have in stock. I don't know if they mix and match with some of those Stargrave ones. I'm sure someone would have tried, because that can also add to that sort of space cowboy thing, cowgirl. Oh, I missed something there. Oh no, that's fine. Andrea says, want to get a load of Archon, I'll probably do it through them. Sorry, and it saves on import. Oh no, absolutely, absolutely. It always makes sense to do stuff like that, and I'd never insist anyone got from me. We've got all the male gunfighters match with Stargrave. Yes. One of the reasons when Brexit was very first voted for, that was the point where I realised that I very much needed to concentrate on my own range, because if I was just stocking things, such as say I didn't have Bad Squiddo, and sorry. Oh no, talk about Alpha Spell. That's absolutely fine. It's cool. Say anyone who stocks this is super cool as well. And it's all sales, so whether you buy from me or you buy from them, well, you buy Bad Squiddo anyway. That all, I get a chunk of it still as well, so it's all good. That's why I've got so what I was sort of leading into, why I've got so many retailers, is to make it as easy as possible for you. And so people can. Sorry, I'm just rambling, just because my brain's on a. What was it? What was it saying? Brexit. Yes. So if I didn't have Bad Squiddo and all I did was stock and I sold this, Frostgrave, etc., I knew that because I did used to stock obviously a lot when I started, and Bad Squiddo minis was almost like a side bit. Because the shop side is actually what created the funds to be able to put it back into my own line of miniatures. If you haven't been around from the start, you might not know that. But yeah, I knew once things like Brexit happened, it's like, well, why would people in the EU buy random stock off me when they could buy it from inside the EU and not pay import? So then the business thing is obviously to create things that no one else is creating, because if you can get a product from everywhere and you're in a country which is now really hard to buy from sometimes, you need that extra sort of pizzazz. So things like the things that I stock, like the plastic boxes, they're not the bread and butter of the company or anything. They're, I don't know if bread and butter translates as a phrase over. They're just a little extra thingy that I kind of do. So yeah, never feel like you have to apologise for just go to your local people, especially if you're overseas. But if you are in the market to get some off me, that's also cool. So that was a ramble, but hopefully it made sense. Pointing with these. But yeah, I'm trying to always get more and more retailers, especially in the EU, where the import, and I'm dealing with Argentina at the moment, which has just got all sorts of weird import rules. So yeah, the more that I can ship in bulk to the shop, and then the shop can sort it out with you. That's always a lot easier. So I need to get more of those and get more of the stock, get more of my new releases over there, because I'm very behind at letting my retailers know about all the new releases, because I need to do that. That's another of the things. There are pig sound effects. Dave, hello boy, having his drinkies. I am a ramble, yeah, but a good ramble. Sounds like the pigs have access to a typewriter. It's Dave writing his letter of complaint. The food here is very samey. It's not. They haven't had any vegetables today, so. But yes, I always like to promote the retailers, basically, because I've said many times before, when I was mainly a retailer, it always weirded me when some people would supply to me, but then it was almost like they didn't want to. So they'd either do a really rubbish discount, or just be really like, I'd see them posting, it's like, make sure to buy direct. I'm like, but you've just sold to me, a shop, and now he's screwing me over. So I was hoping that my learning from that would help me be a good girl when I was a manufacturer, like I am now, to look after my shops. The only downside is I just neglect them a bit, so I need to be nicer, but it's because I don't have time. But yeah, I always like to shout them out if people are doing shows or they're new traders and stuff like that. I like to go, you can get that Squiddo here now, it's all good, just buy it from anywhere, it's all good. That is awesome, Ken, that Great Escape put that pack aside from you, because that must have been their last pack, so that's ace. Doubt they'll come up with any Shakespeare. They might. Dave seems the Shakespeare sort. Nah. Maybe Carol or Karen. Karen's got her head in the corner looking all sad. So yes, buy Bad Squiddo from anywhere. And if you want to buy the other stuff we stock, buy it, but you don't have to. It's okay. It's a terrible business thing. She said, buy everything from me. Mostly with the plastics. I keep reminding people that I do them, because a lot of people don't realise. So, hello, got a good amount of people here. Hello. Anyone new? Is there anybody new? I see Sharky in the comments there. That brings me on to what Bad Squiddo Games released on Friday. So, firstly, I didn't release the RAF dudes yet, because I'm still waiting on the paint. I know I said if I didn't have the painted picture, I'd still release them, but I was rushing off Friday, and I didn't have a decent picture, and I thought, I'm just going to wait. So it'll be next week. He did update and say they're nearly done. So one of the first releases from Friday, is the Snowmen's, painted by Amy, Warp Fiend. Again, my camera's terrible, but there are lovely photos. But it just means you get a bit of a reference of the size. So there's one of them. Zombie Snowmen. It's Halloween and Christmas. So you totally get these for some of your sort of Christmas fun games. Little headless one. Sculpted by Ristal, of course. Who else? Who else would sculpt this madness? These are some of the Ristals without any directions. This is just what he's come up. This is all Ristal's fault, out of his own head. That's got an arse. Look at that. Look at that. He's squeeping up there. So we've got this pack of these, which are resin. They're all one piece apart from this guy. He's just got an extra arm, just because it was harder to cast like that because of the gap there. Look. But other than that, they're also like all these are one piece. Whoop. Hey, Pandemonium started on his. Nice. So Spooky Snowmen are out. This one isn't new, but he's right next to them, so I'll show you him again because it's Halloween and all. The Pumpkin King. God, the lighting. I need to start getting the light out, I guess. Now it's Now it's autumn. I was relying on sunlight, but not for now. But yeah, I just wanted to remind people how big this guy is. So that's him. I've got 28 mil to show you next to, but he's a big one. He's a big silhouette in this crappy light. And the reason that I mentioned Sharky is because I'd released the Snowmen. Mum stayed over. Mum came to visit on Friday evening, and came to stay over. So we hung out yesterday, which was ace. I haven't seen her in the chat today though, so I'm not here today. So she was coming up on the train. It was absolutely tipping it down, and I was trying to time her coming to the house with me getting back from the office. And I was cutting it fine because I thought she's going to be stood at my door in the rain. And I was about to go and I went, I haven't released the elementals for Sharky. I've got to do that. So I released them just for you. And I was thinking, Mum's going to be stuck in the rain, but Sharky's got their elementals. But I managed to get there moments before her. So there was no Lil in the rain, and the elementals are out. But I did it for you. I remembered because I was like, I'm not going to have time. I can do it. So I'll get those shipped for you when I'm in. There's a chance I could be in tomorrow. I don't. So I have no idea what they're going to do to me fully next week. So I might be fine. Some of it, I definitely won't be though. I think I might be okay tomorrow. I don't think they're doing anything too horrific, but who knows? So yeah, it would be nice if I could get in. I'm just thinking aloud now. I'm like, if I'm not too unscathed, I can get in tomorrow afternoon maybe and just whack some orders out. So yes, the other bits we've released are Sharky's favourites, the elementals, another of the Ristol crazies. So we got Fire Guy, also painted by Amy. Water Guy. That was a sort of sloshing sound there. Water Guy. Rock Guy. I don't know what rocks sound like. Clopping together. Rock Guy. And Wind Guy. With his weird wind arm. So that's a little pack of elementals. So they're all out. So there's quite a lot in the new bits. Ghost Dragon, Townsfolk, Mercenaries 2, Rock Guy in Horseshoes, Zombie Snowmans. So all that stuff is new. What else is coming out? What have I got in my little show and tell? I've got a little show and tell pile to try and not forget stuff. Daniel said fire elemental isn't actually an elemental, just some guy the local lord set on fire. Talking of local lords, we're not spoil, but because I've been watching what's it? House of the Dragon. There's a lot of talk of heirs in that, male heirs. So my guinea pig Dave is now my heir, so I keep calling him the heir. Rob says, if any of the townsfolk usable for Middle Ages, yes, but I wouldn't know specifically. There'd be someone else that's a bit better than me at that sort of malark. I think they're quite generic, but I don't know what century generic. But yeah, if you have a look, say if it's not on there, I'll try and get it up the back of the box that's got the full breakdown, so then you can just sort of have a look. But what's the word? Yeah, I think there's a few pictures of the renders which all shows them all as a gang, so you'll be able to sort of use your own judgment, have a little look on there. But I think that's pretty much what is that sort of fantasy, fantasy medieval, isn't it? Here he is again. My heir, you're my heir, Dave. Yes, if anything happens to me, then Dave is the new yes, early Renaissance as well. Good point. Yeah, Dave is definitely going to run Bad Squiddo to the ground. To the ground. You've got no qualifications, have you, boy? Poking him. On the note of critters, there's, in fact, let me check. No confirmation. There's chance amongst all of the misery to give myself a little cheer. I'll be getting some new critters maybe in the week. It needs to be finalised. But I've been chatting to a friend who has excess mice. But they're the African soft fur, so they're not technically mice and they're not technically rats. They're the things that you breed to feed to snakes. But I will not be feeding to snakes because I still have all the tank and stuff from my old hamster Hamlington. So I thought that's quite easy to sort. And to have some weird big mice. They're like, yeah, so they're size-wise between mice and rats. But I need to find a place for them in the house. Apparently they like watching things. So I want to figure out where I can put them where they can watch the guinea pigs and watch all of the weird shenanigans, because it seems like they'll find that interesting. So I might put them side on, put them like here. What we got? Airs are important for establishing stable alliances with people who want to know their interests will be looked after. If you drop dead, what's Dave's taste in minis? He's very much a traditionalist. He likes metal and resin, high quality. Given the funds from the Iron Bank, I think he might be up for making some plastic kits as well. Oh yeah, I was also looking into keeping pigeons, but at the moment I'm not going to go full hog into pigeons because it's a whole new set. I've got really into the idea of pigeons though. I'm totally going to do it, but I'm not going to do it yet. Because I'd have to buy a whole new thing, learn a whole new thing, and it's quite a big change. Whereas popping some little mice into a into a setting that's my comfort zone, rodents. So with me being not well and stuff, it won't be too much of an extra thing on my plate or anything like that. But when I'm better and a bit more stable and stuff, I'm well up for getting pigeons. Really got into pigeons. And then me just going on all the animals. Don't worry, pigs, I'm not bored of you. Not bored of you. I'm not allowed any more pigs though, it's my own rule. Poor little Karen, not sleeping there. So yeah, I guess some mice. So I'll obviously show you them again. Snag says, could have got some off Fenris, they're all over the house. Yes, I should just get some of those from the buckets of Fenris mice that have been taunting. Sharky says, whatever happened to Pig Castle? It's there. I see it. You know how I said I need to do things all in one or it doesn't happen? Pig Castle's at 80% finished and it's sat there for now. Not 2 years. Can't be 2 years. Can't be 2 years. No. A year. Maybe a year. Pig Castle sat there at 80%. But I think it'd fit really nice. I was talking to Andy about this the other day because he asked the same question. I think it will fit quite perfectly in the current pig setup, replacing the hay zone. So there will be a day where I finish Pig Castle. Hopefully, while I still have guinea pigs. It's so cool as well. I'm so close. So anyone who's not followed, it's a ply laser cut castle with a bridge and ramps, and it's really guinea pig friendly. It slots together, so if they nibble anything or they just make a big mess in it, you can take it all apart. But I decided I was going to paint it up like an actual castle using pet safe paints. So I've done all the brickwork on it. In fact, wait there. Oh, get a bit out. It's tucked away here. Oh crap. Sweet, they're all fuzzy. Maybe if we get it out, I'll finish it. Don't go anywhere. What we got? So we got here. Oh. So this is just one of the ramps, just plain brown because that's the bit that's going to get dirty. But it's nice and pig grippage there, and it's really low. Look at that, dude. Because a lot of the stuff you can get for guinea pigs, it's like this. They can't deal with that. So that, even though it's just plain brown, still needs a few. Well, that's me done with it, but yeah, it's taken a few coats. So the ramp's done. And then, I haven't looked at it for ages, and it was a bit crap in my mind, but it's not. Oh, I need to finish it. Thanks for the reminder. So, this is what it comes like. So you get all these flat pages. You see how big it is, look. I just unlocked new fixation. And then this is what I've painted on them. So I've done all the brickwork. I've sort of slobbed on the green. So then the only thing I need to do is to paint the leaves on the ivy props. So they're just the sort of where the leaves go. But the reason it's obviously took me ages is because there's 8 of these panels that I've painted up. Look at that. So it all sort of slots. Oh, there's a little corner bit there. So it slots. I'm glad you mentioned that. It's got me to get it out. So that slots together, look, so into a 4. And then it's got, you can put, and the bridge ramps go onto it there. It's got 2 keeps and a bridge across, and then 2 drawbridge sort of up to it, so they can hide in it, sleep in it, use it as a hay place, all of that, and it's just really cool. I could use it as is. Tim says, now we know what Annie's doing. No, you don't. I'm going to get it all out, and then I'm going to start moving around my stuff, and then I'll just have everything out. That's what I'm going to do. But yeah, all I have to do is finish the leaves. And so a lot of people would say it's fine as is, but I have such an image in my mind for it that just finishing that last bit of leaf definition. I'm glad you like it. That's cheered me up, actually. So yeah, and it's all pig nibble safe as well. So that's going to have floors. So it's a whole floor, and then they can hide under this as well. But I've I made the cage slightly smaller. So I haven't measured where it'll fit in this new one. Oh, Karen, she's so like squished. Yeah, how cool would that be? Okay, fine, I'll finish it. Because I also wanted to do little flags off the top. Camelot, Camapig. It is definitely a silly place. Shaq doesn't have pigs and wants a castle. They do some cool hamster castle stuffs as well. Apparently these mice, I'm getting, are very chewy though, so I don't think you spend much on things for them because I think they just destroy it. Pigs are quite polite about that. They do some nibblings, but they don't do the full like nibble anything to death sort of thing. They just gently chew. That's all good. So they've got some wooden things in the pen because it's good for them to chew on things, and so it's not like, oh, they've chewed it. So the castle is kind of designed to be chewed. But yeah, unlike things like rabbits, they don't fully gnaw it to death. It'll just be furry around the edges from all little. Right, I think that's most of it. Anything else? I got 1 plant from the garden centre yesterday. Oh, what's this little fella? It looks like a Prince of Orange philodendron. It's labelled as philodendron hybrid orange, so maybe it's Prince of Orange mix or something. We'll see when it gets bigger. That's when you get all the leaves going crazy. Still got all the Fripp stuff in the house, so I can't really get new plants at the moment. Before it's only a little one. I helped Mum pick out a load for her house as well, so she had to take all them back on the train. How goes the Fripps war? Had my first avocado casualty this week, but we will prevail. We will defeat them. I've just been very consistent on checking all of my plants. There will be casualties, there will be sacrifices, but that's something I'm willing willing to do. Um, and he's very good at making you want a horde of pigs. They are so good though, even the little sleepy ones. Dave's on his typewriter. So yeah, that's it. I'm feeling mentally okay, but obviously, again, if you've been following it all, hey, going on about it, but I'm having some very serious health issues, so I will be in the hospital next week. So I will be getting more behind and all this sort of stuff, but that's life. But I will try my best to keep you updated. But please do keep ordering as well, because sometimes when I'm ill, people go, "Oh, I'll wait till you're better to order." I'm like, "No, just order it." Orders very rarely overwhelm me because I can just beast through them. It's emails that overwhelm me, and obviously orders are good for paying my bills and all that sort of stuff. Being my job, being my job. I don't just do it for fun, though it is fun, but also really stressful, but fun. So I've got a bunch of stuff in my life to get through next week, but hopefully I'll be in at least sort of one day to sort some bits out. But just be a bit patient with me. Thank you very much. Hey, Jazz has been on the website. Dangerous. But yeah, I'm doing nothing else the rest of the day. I will be doing, yes, F all, as they say. I might have one more of the House of the Dragon that I have to watch. I got distracted by the end of it because I was I was trying to watch it and I had all my hands on this trying to glue it. Oh yeah, another thing I like about this dragon is when you're playing with it. Look, say this is head down from a table. You can actually just put it nose to nose with units. When sometimes you get those ones and they're like, "Arr!" And then they go into they go into combat and you have to put them in backwards or something so it fits. Not with this. It's cool. Sweet. So thank you all very much. Yes, I'm in surprisingly good spirits. But yeah, next week will suck. But I say I'll keep you all updated. It should still be live. If I'm not, Dave will handle everything. Stop typing! I definitely need to put these mice near the water bottles so they can be all like, "What's going on? Oh, it's Dave having a drink." Yep. What am I going to do now? I'm getting coffee or milk. I'm just going to drag all of Pig Castle up and get it all spread across the house and then decide to do something else instead. I will. I need to do some little naily clips. I see you, Dave. Right. Thanks lots. I don't want to go. It's absolutely tipping it down. Look after all of yourself. Yeah, I'm going to drink more juice. I'm going to scroll on TikTok. That's what I'm going to do. Right. See you all later. Bye. Thanks for coming. Bye, things. Bye.